Hello agents, in this video I'm going to show you my Unbreakable build. A lot of you have asked to see it in streams, on the comments on the videos and in the Discord, so I thought I'd show you where it's at. It's I pretty much got it exactly where I want it now, and it is also the build that was in the how to make a build video a few months back, or weeks back, sorry. So if you are looking to like start a raid build, you're probably best watching that video, so I will link it in the description. But if you're well on the way in your raid build, you just want to compare it to what I run, I'm now going to show you like the evolved build from that previous video, if you get what I'm saying. It is what I use in the raid. It's one of my favourite builds to use in the raid. It allows me to play my playstyle, basically just tanking everything, and I love it. I'm going to show you exactly what it is now in every single piece and talk through it. Now, these are the numbers that I want to show you first of all, and this is what enables me to play my playstyle, and it's the survivability on it. You can see the armor there is just short of 300k, and the health is just short of 170k. Now the health is a bit high, but yeah, there's one little change I would make if I could, and we'll talk through that as we go. I would drop 20% health for more damage, and that is on the backpack. We'll see that when I get there. But we're going to start with the weapons I use. I've got the Eagle Bearer there. You can see it's hitting at 29.9k damage. I'm also using the LMG, which is a black market M66, which is hitting a 30.5. That's really low for the LMG, but I've obviously stacked it all into AR damage since I got the Eagle Bearer. And I'm running a double barrel sawn off, which is basically, I just like how hard it hits in the head when I need it, but it's for the it's the holster talent that's important about that, which is in rhythm. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns. Can occur once every 60 seconds. The LMG there, I run it with unhinged and extra, but I don't use this anymore. I'm thinking about changing my secondary. I just want to use a secondary for the holstered talent. I'm going to have to decide what to use for that. I'm going to have a look at what talents I can get there. But the Eagle Bearer, as you know how it works, everybody wants it. If you've not got this, not a lot of people do. What I'd be running instead of it is a P416G3, and I'd have Ranger and Allegro on it. I can get that hitting about 24 on this build, I think 24k, which is still hard for an AR. With Ranger, you get more damage at range, and Allegro with a faster fire rate. I do love that gun. If I never had the Eagle Bearer, I would have that. So that's the weapons I use. I will be changing slight machine gun as soon as possible. I don't use it at all anymore. The gear pieces for my mask, I'm running a Gila Guard. I'm running 2 Gila Guard pieces on the build. You see the holster there as well. So I've got total armor of 5%, and I've got 20% hazard protection. The attributes on the mask, I've got hazard protection at 25%, and damage to elites at 43%, and hard hitting. It has a utility mod, which I've not filled because I haven't got anything worth putting in there pretty much. So yeah, no utility mod on that piece. The chest there, I've got an Overlord chest. I'm running 2 Overlord pieces. This has had a bit of questions asked when I've shown this in the past. Why 2 Overlord when I'm not taking advantage of the rifle damage? Well, the 7.5% total armor is what gets me close to 300k, and I felt that out of all the brands, that's 2 pieces that I wanted. I wanted that 7.5% armor, especially for this raid build, so that's why. The attributes on this Overlord chest, I got total armor at 5%, weapon damage at 13.5%, and health at 37k. It's got Unbreakable on there, which is 70% of max armor is repaired when your armor is depleted. Armor kits used within the next 7 seconds are not consumed. I'm really bad at that. I don't know if you watch the streams, but I never seem to hit it. I need to practice, but yeah, that's key. As soon as you notice the Unbreakable proc, hit that med kit. You won't use it, and you'll be at full armor rather than 70%. It comes with a defensive mod slot and an offensive mod slot. My defensive mod there is armor at 3.3k, total armor at 4%, and armor regeneration. I would swap that armor regeneration for protection from elites if I could, but I use this piece because total armor of 4% at 3.3 armor as well, 3.3k. That's huge. That increases my armor quite a bit. It's a very good mod. The offensive mod there, I've got 0.5 weapon damage, marksman rifle damage at 2%, and assault rifle damage at 5% on that offensive mod. Again, a very good piece. I'm taking advantage of every bit there as I use my sniper specialization, which takes advantage of the 2% marksman damage as well. Now, the holster, I've had a few questions about this. I've been asked why use Gila Guard holster when it doesn't come with any talents. And the reason for that is that if I had any other holster, I'd probably use Devastating, which is 5% weapon damage. On this Guard holster, I can get more than 5% weapon damage out of it, so it makes sense. And it also comes with 2 blue attributes, which help towards proccing the Unbreakable, which needs 11 blue. So I've got 7% health there, 37k health, and an offensive mod slot which has weapon damage at 1%, marksman rifle damage at 3%, and assault rifle damage at 4%. The other one has weapon damage at 1%, damage to health at 1%, and assault rifle damage at 4%. If I could, I'd have that damage to health switched out for marksman rifle damage. You can kind of see the trend here with what I'm trying to get out of those offensive mods. And that's a pretty bob-on holster. I wouldn't change anything about that. I wouldn't really change anything about the chest piece apart from having 15% weapon damage if I could. That was actually a 15% roll when I rolled it, but the health was high, so it got capped to 13.5. I'd drop a bit of health there and have the full 15% weapon damage if I could. But it is what it is. And again, on the mask there, I'd probably do nothing. It's perfect. A bit higher damage to elites would do, but yeah, no changes needed with what I've shown you so far at all. The backpack, this is very new to the build. I only just got this last week. I've been grinding for this backpack for so long, and this is now the one thing that I'd change, which is quite funny. But it's a 511 backpack. It gives me the 5% protection from elites. I like that talent, and the attributes I've got there at the minute is 8% weapon damage. I'm looking to get higher. I believe you can get over 10% or even up to 15% potentially on the backpack. I'd like to see something higher than 10 there though. It's got an additional 14k armor and 22k health, and this is where I'd change it. I've been wanting this for so long with Vital and Hardened on it as the common talents, with a blue mod slot as well, which is what it's got. But now I want exactly the same backpack, but instead of Vital, I'd have hard hitting. With the health being so high, I feel once my armor's gone, having 20% less health wouldn't really change my game style that much, my play style, and the extra 10% damage to elites I'd appreciate more. So if I could change anything on this build, it would be that, but that's being ultra picky. This is a fantastic piece, and I'm very happy it dropped for me. The blue mod slot that I've got on there is 4.4k armor, total armor at 4%, and 2% additional protection from elites. So that's a backpack I'm running. The gloves is the Overlord gloves. I've got assault rifle damage there at 12%, health at 9k, hard hitting, nothing I'd change there at all. And the knee pads that I'm running is a Fenris knee pad to give me the assault rifle damage at 10%. I've got the blue attribute there of total armor 10%, hard hitting and patience. This is another part of the build that I would change. I'm waiting for a Fenris drop, which I could roll the 10% armor over to, but also has hard hitting and cloaked. I don't think I use patience that much anymore. It's not really it's not doing much for me. I'm not in cover. The build's where it needs to be. I'm always standing around running now, face tanking if I can. I only get into cover when I need to. I'm not in cover long enough to take advantage of that either. So yeah, cloaked. What cloaked would do instead is when my armor depletes, it would basically sort out the drones on Razorback. It is OP. Like any drones around you will just stop working, and just, I think they get destroyed with cloaked. Not too sure how often that happens. It might be once every 60 seconds or whatnot. But yeah, that's the change I'd make there. I'm waiting for that piece, and once I get that piece, the build is pretty much complete. And obviously, if I got the God Roll backpack again, which I highly doubt it, I would also have Vital taken off for hard hitting. But that's the build. That's what everyone's been asking to see. I love it. I find the raid very easy with it. If you want, if you were previously working towards the other video that I made for you of how to make a raid build, this is basically your ultimate goal. I want to say, to have it pretty much like this. I run a chem launcher. There's an argument to run the Seeker Heal as well. Lady M runs that a lot, and she nearly convinced me to try it, but I like the chems. They're very quick, they're unlimited, and you're never without them pretty much. I run a Revive Hive as well. It's great when that actually works. You know, it picks you up as meant to. When it doesn't work, it's a bit pointless. And obviously the concussion grenade, because that's what you want for Razorback. That's everything. That is the build. We'll have a quick look at the stats. The only other thing you change when running the raid, obviously, is a specialization. You're either going to be running the sharpshooter or survivalist, or whatever method you want to do. But going through the stats here, everything I've just shown you comes up to the all weapons damage bonus of 24%, assault rifle damage bonus of 50%. I've only got the 15% LMG damage bonus there. That's coming off the specialization perks. Marksman rifle damage bonus is 20%. I could probably get that a little bit higher through another mod if I get the right roll. Damage to elites is at 73%. That is good. Like, I advise people not to go, you know, don't drop below 70%, but you don't really need to be much higher than that. Obviously, with the backpack, if I did get hard hitting on there, that would be increased to 83. I'd be hitting that bit harder too. Defense, armor's 299, which we've already had a look at. It's got so much survivability on this build. 45% hazard protection. I don't think it needs to be that high now. I used to think it really helped on drones and the Weasel Room. But yeah, the mask doesn't really have many good rolls anyway, so I don't think I'd change it. 45's fine. Skills, don't have any skill power at all. This is probably where I need to work on the build, because I know you can have like batteries to up the skill power when you're running a build with no skill power like I am, and then you could at least put something on your mod. So that's something that I will work on going forward, making it, you know, taking some advantage of some mods where I can. Maybe we'll look into that. And that's everything. That is the build that I'm running in the raid. I hope that's everything you wanted to see, guys. Ask any more questions in the comments if you have any. I will post another video on this build if it changes dramatically in the future. However, I don't think it will. I think this is pretty much it now for my Unbreakable build. I've got an Aces and 8 build I'm working on, which is pretty much there. I'm happy with where it's at. Actually has a bit of survivability. And I've also got a Berserk build I'm working on. Once those builds are like complete like this is, I'll also share those with you. I don't want to share a half-ass build though. I want to share you the real deal. So yeah, that is it, guys. That is my build. If you've liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to check the top of my video description where there's a link to our fantastic community. If you've not checked us out there, you really should. We love the Division 2. If you do too, it's like a match made in heaven. Thank you for watching this video, and until the next one, peace out.